Seers, and welcome to CAS. I'm Jamie, and today we are working on day 27 of our 100 Days of CAS challenge, and this is remaking our base game only sim into a sim with mods. So here we are starting on my base game only sim, and I first started out thinking, okay, I am going to go ahead and try and match as much as possible with mods what she looks like. And then I realized that's going to be kind of impossible because I, one, don't have the mods to properly do that. And two, that is so boring. Except for look at that hair. That hair is amazing. I really, really loved it. I almost kept it. And then I kind of decide that I am going to go in a historical direction. And since I have so many history mods and history clothing and really fun hair for all of that, so I decide that that's going to be the way we go. So I'm super excited to bring this to you because I'm still planning on doing the Ultimate Decades Challenge. Just life has been in a bit of an upheaval lately, so it's been a little hard to get that started, but I am going to be starting it. But in the meantime, you can enjoy my Starter Home Challenge. That's my own challenge that I have been doing. I've been doing the 100 Days of CAS challenge. I've also started the 100 Days of Builds challenge. And I also do shell challenges and all sorts of other things that you can find all over my channel. So I particularly like challenges, so I'm always trying to do something along those lines. And here I am still thinking that I am going to go in the same direction that I had been for like the Baker Sim, but it pretty much comes to a halt, I think, here-ish. Just because, you know, it's only so much fun doing the same thing with the same colors. And I didn't really want to. And I put that on and I said, oh, I love it. I love it. So now this is where we get the idea. And which I think ends up being fun. I know that I change things around quite a bit with which historical looks I do. And oh my goodness, my cat is going to get into a lot of trouble. He's like pulling down everything down below my desk, like the USB stuff. It's never ending with cats, in case any of you have cats. So anyway, so I chose that kind of Renaissance, Italian Renaissance looking dress. And then this I can't really place because I don't think it's necessarily, this is early medieval. That would be like 1800s. This is more like the Tudor era. And yeah, I really hate that shawl. And I end up actually, instead of giving her tattoos, I gave her scars as if she had been attacked. So here we are trying to pick. I am not sure if I keep this, but I definitely use different time periods for different dresses. And that's also, so that's more like Edwardian. This is Tudor with the mutton sleeves, and that is medieval-ish. Probably like maybe 1200s. Maybe Dark Ages-ish. Anyway. So shell earrings I thought was pretty apt, but then I decided to go with something fancier because that dress really does call for something fancy. And also To get that color like purple and the royal purple, you actually like smash up like snail shells to get that. So kind of my little nod to that. And let's see here. I'm just trying to get the same color blonde, which is hard when you're using mods. And I just am putting some shoes on them. And sleepwear is there. And I cannot remember. I think I end up using like a chemise for this, even though I have like dressing gowns and things from other time periods. Because at this point, I think I'm going to do like 2 outfits per time period, but then I end up changing that. So I go back and I change things. And this time period is more like Edwardian, and then a little bit like that is definitely like Tudorish. I'm not sure if I keep this either because I know that I decide that I'm going to do different time periods. I guess that would be more medieval, kind of like maybe 1400s. Yes. And then I have all of these awesome historical bathing suits. So that's a little bit more like the 1910s. You know, when you start losing like the big puff. And you have like the shoes that you go swimming in. And then I am still trying to decide which historical look that I'm going to keep. And this is like the Georgian era or Regency. The regent was notoriously like the firstborn of King George III, who went crazy. And then they also had glasses then, so I could start putting glasses on her again. And she actually looks a lot older, but I really, really like this look on her. Again, not sure if I keep it, but I do like it. And then I decide that I'm going to change it again to like a plain chemise. And I'm trying to determine how many of each time period that I'm actually using. And this is where I want to go into either the 1800s in the Wild West, or I want to go into the 1920s, which I have some great coats for the 1920s. So I end up going that way. And I had to kind of look up what kind of shoes they had for the 1920s, which those looked very much a la mode. And I was looking for a bob here, or a styled, like really tight, like wave kind of look. And I think I do end up finding one. Yes, with those, with like the curls, the like Betty Boop kind of look. And getting on some of the glasses. Which I love all the glasses from all the different eras. I love them. And then it's here that I decide, since I can't have 2 of the 1920s, I'm going to go back and fix a couple of outfits so that there's not so much heavily influenced medieval kind of stuff. And so here's where I go into that kind of bustled look from the Edwardians, and then I look at the Regency, and then I look at 1950s. And I was like, oh, I would love to have a 1950s look for her formal look, because just the 1950s was just beautiful for those big puffy gowns, you know. And then I can also use having some more, glasses, which I had given her in day 26, since this is day 27. And oh, I love it. And get some nails done and all those things. And then I'm trying to decide what I should do here. And I end up doing a dressing gown, which is kind of anywhere between, the like Victorian to even like early 1900s. This has a built-in corset. And then I end up going with, I think, the 70s. I want to say the 70s or the 60s. Yes, I end up going with the 60s. And then here we are. And I end up changing this to more of a Victorian or Edwardian kind of look instead of and then I end up changing to the 1970s for the bathing suit. Thank you guys for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did. Thanks, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can see me on YouTube, Twitch, Blue Sky, and Instagram on SeeJamieSim. And if you want to check out another video, go ahead and click the video up there in the right-hand corner under Want to See More. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.